Hello everyone, and welcome to an incredible journey through space and time. Today, we're diving deep into the captivating story of our cosmic neighbor, a world that has fascinated humanity for generations. 4.5 billion years ago, our solar system was nothing but a violent, swirling cloud of gas and dust. Out of that chaos, a world was born. A world that would one day capture the imagination of every human being who ever looked up at the night sky. This is the story of Mars. Mars formed around the same time as Earth, roughly 4.5 billion years ago, from the same cosmic material. But where Earth grew large and geologically alive, Mars was smaller, about half the diameter of our planet and just 1/10 its mass. That smaller size would seal its fate in ways no one could have predicted. In its youth, Mars was nothing like the frozen desert we see today. Scientists believe that between 3.5 and 4 billion years ago, Mars had a thick atmosphere, warmer temperatures, and most incredibly liquid water on its surface. Real rivers carved valleys across its landscape. Lakes filled massive craters, and an ancient ocean may have covered an entire third of the planet's northern hemisphere. So what happened? Why did this once wet world become the barren, rust-colored wasteland we know today? The answer begins deep inside the planet. Mars had a magnetic field, just like Earth. This invisible shield protected the planet from the solar wind, a constant stream of charged particles blasting out from the sun. But roughly 4 billion years ago, Mars's interior cooled too quickly. Its molten iron core solidified, and when the core stopped churning, the magnetic field collapsed. Without that protective shield, the solar wind began slowly stripping away Mars's atmosphere. Over hundreds of millions of years, the air grew thin, temperatures plummeted, the water froze or evaporated into space. A vibrant world was dying. But the story of Mars does not end there, because buried in its craters and canyon walls is evidence of something extraordinary. Something that may change everything we know about life in the universe. Even as its atmosphere was dying, Mars was shaping itself into one of the most geologically dramatic worlds in the entire solar system. This is a planet of superlatives, of landscapes so extreme that they make Earth's most dramatic features look modest by comparison. Take Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the entire solar system. It stands nearly 22 kilometers high. That is almost 3 times the height of Mount Everest. Its base is so wide that if you stood on its summit and looked toward the edge, you still could not see it. The horizon would curve away before you got there. Olympus Mons is so massive it actually bends the crust of Mars beneath it. And the most astonishing part, it may not even be fully extinct. Scientists believe it last erupted somewhere between 25 million and 200 million years ago, yesterday, in geological time. But if Olympus Mons is Mars's mountain, then Valles Marineris is its scar. Stretching over 4,000 kilometers across the Martian surface, it is a canyon system so large it would span the entire United States from coast to coast. At its deepest, it plunges 7 kilometers into the ground, 4 times deeper than the Grand Canyon. Scientists believe Valles Marineris formed not from water erosion like Earth's canyons, but from the planet's crust tearing itself apart as the massive Tharsis volcanic plateau pushed upward over billions of years. Mars also endures the largest dust storms in the solar system. Every few years, a storm begins in one region and then spreads until it covers the entire planet. For months, the sky turns completely orange. Sunlight disappears. Temperatures drop. These storms once baffled scientists, but we now know they play a crucial role in shaping Martian geography over time, carrying fine red dust across thousands of kilometers. And then there are the craters. Mars is covered with impact scars going back billions of years. The Hellas Basin in the south is one of the largest impact craters in the solar system, over 2,000 kilometers wide and 8 kilometers deep. Mars is a world built by violence, volcanoes, rifting crust, meteoric bombardment, planetary-scale storms, and yet, in the middle of all that destruction, something remarkable may have been quietly happening. Something that would only be discovered when humanity finally decided to go there and look. We have been sending machines to Mars for over 60 years, and with every mission, every photograph, every soil sample, Mars has slowly revealed its secrets. What we have found has shocked scientists, inspired dreamers, and raised one of the most profound questions in human history: was there ever life on Mars? NASA's Curiosity rover landed in Gale Crater in 2012, and what it found was extraordinary. The crater was once a lake filled with liquid water for potentially millions of years. More importantly, Curiosity found the chemical building blocks of life: organic molecules, nitrogen, sulfur, and complex carbon compounds. Not life itself, but the ingredients. In 2021, the Perseverance rover landed in Jezero Crater, another ancient lake bed. Its mission: to search directly for signs of ancient microbial life and collect rock samples to one day be returned to Earth. In its first years, Perseverance found sedimentary rocks that could only have formed in the presence of water and extracted oxygen directly from the Martian atmosphere for the first time in history. And water. Mars still has it. Not rivers or oceans, but locked in ice at the poles, hiding beneath the surface as permafrost, and possibly even existing as liquid brine deep underground. In 2018, the Mars Express spacecraft detected what scientists believe is a lake of liquid water buried roughly 1.5 kilometers beneath the southern polar ice cap, kept liquid by heat from the planet's interior and the salt dissolved within it. Where there is water, on Earth at least, there is always life. That discovery changed everything. Now humanity stands at the edge of its greatest adventure. SpaceX, NASA, and space agencies around the world are actively planning crewed missions to Mars. Elon Musk speaks openly about building a self-sustaining city on the red planet within our lifetimes. The challenges are immense. Radiation exposure, the 7-month journey, growing food in Martian soil, building habitats that can survive temperatures dropping to -80 degrees Celsius. But humans have always moved toward the unknown. Mars is not just a planet anymore. It is a destination. A possible second home, a mirror held up to humanity's ambition, curiosity, and will to survive. Mars has been dead for billions of years. Or maybe it hasn't. Maybe somewhere beneath its cold, dusty surface, something still stirs, waiting to be found. One thing is certain: the story of Mars is not finished. In fact, for humanity, it is only just beginning. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey through the Red Planet. If you found this exploration as breathtaking as we do, please consider hitting that subscribe button and giving us a like. The universe has many more stories waiting to be told, and we are just getting started.